We are honored to welcome Dr. T.P. Shashikumar, Chief Executive Officer of the Shiksha program and a thought leader in values-driven education. With a lifetime of experience in empowering students and educators alike, Dr. TPS will lead us into a reflective journey on building the right life set for our AI native generation. Let us listen, learn, and reflect together in today's session so we may continue shaping young minds for a future that is not just smart but wise and humane. I now invite Dr. TPS to begin his presentation.
Namaskaram. Thank you, Nisi, for the introductory words. I must thank Pallikoodam Global Connect for this opportunity. I understand this is the 108th session.
Yes.
Both Nisi and Sri Kumarji reached out to me, and the topic is also given by the organizers: right attitude and behavior for growth among AI natives. The use and purpose of AI, the growth of AI is known to the world and it has become so fast. Mainly, I understand the people who are attending are all educators and related to education, learners, technology developers, and people who are interested in these sort of activities around the globe. People say that we are on the 21st century, and I don't agree with it because century is 100 years and world moves much faster. Therefore, we should not talk about 100 years. If you look at AI, it just came in few years now. The first chat GPT version, November to November, it's almost less than 2 years, which has grown too fast. So I believe it is not century, it happens in decades probably. If we can talk, that itself is a too large span of time. So I keep saying I am living in the not the 21st century. I am living in 3-2-1 world. So most of my books on adaptive learning and the teacher's perspective, how teachers have to mold themselves, how technology happens, how the early childhood education has to be replaced by the new technology available with the traditional values, A to Z of early child care education, grandma child care. It's a concept which I coined and then propagating all through the educational scenario. Where I believe people have to be equipped with mobile, because when the smartphone is with you, the smart board is in the classroom, it replaces the earlier blackboard to the chalk and slate the students were handling. So AI have got a great future. The progress is too fast. The possibilities are huge. Applications, AI fundamentals to the future applications. I don't say future applications because it's present. And no longer we can say AI is the future. No, AI is the present. And what will happen and how it is going to shape the future is most probably unpredictable, because that is how the development happens. When one company, one platforms released the version, the rest of them came so fast. That means for the past so many years, they were all equipping themselves to wait for someone to release so that they can have this challenge. Nobody was dare enough to release first because they don't know what will happen and who is going to raise them. So there is a learning, reasoning, making decisions is part of any technological development. The use, purpose, fundamental principle, applications of AI as good as any other technology, but AI has shown its rise, its fastness, replacing all the human abilities, which can be done in manufacturing, data entry, and augmented all that ability of a human intelligence. So it's an augmentation of the human intelligence which happened. It supports healthcare, finance, education, business. I remember almost 1.5 years back, I was talking about the logistics management through AI. We know the Netflix, which gives you what I'm supposed to see, which is that earlier I have seen. So it traces back. When I look at Google, it will tell you where should I go, which path I prefer, which is the earlier path I took, which is the profitable one. AI is in every realm of life today. The complex problems easily solvable, like great solution for our climate predictions, are much precise today because it's using AI. The traffic optimization is mainly one of the applications which you can every day look at from the Google. Agriculture, the precision agriculture, where what how is happening, the health of the plant is also being seen by the AI. Data algorithm, the neural networks and the natural language processing, the NLP, the part of it has become the core concept apart from the hardware and the cloud infrastructure where people are able to connect, because internet has given its best of its kind today. We know the growth trends and the key areas like healthcare, education, finance, business. All these uses fantastic ability of AI. Most interesting is the creative industries like music, art, writing. I can write poetry today in AI. Luckily, I wrote poetries before AI came. Otherwise, people think that I am using AI and writing. So our creativity is being questioned today. Our credibility is being questioned today. Governance and public service, the smart cities, surveillance, citizen services, cyber security, threat detection, behavior analysis, everything is possible through cyber security today. There are a lot of ethical concerns. The responsible AI or irresponsible AI, bias in algorithms, data privacy, job displacement. People have no relevance today. That sort of a feeling has come. The regulations and accountability have taken a lot of changes. With great power, I am sure AI came with great responsibility, because there is a saying that power should come with responsibility. If AI has a lot of power, I'm sure AI has got a great responsibility also. So it is being used in teaching all the heritage knowledge, all our traditions, all our culture, religion, everywhere the education is also being driven and conducted by AI. The future, what is that we have to prepare in this context of all these positive things what I'm talking? How human can be collaborated with AI? Is it getting replaced, or is it there a worry that we have? Is it the interdisciplinary knowledge like technology, ethics, our domain skills, and is being replaced by some machine? Am I able to learn lifelong? Is it AI going to give me all the world around me where I have less to do and the AI does most of the things? AI is only a tool, understand, it's not a threat. It mirrors our intent. So if I am able to ask perfect questions, if I am able to pose my problems, AI becomes a tool for me. It's like a slave. So shape AI, but what we need to have is the empathy, responsibility, and the wisdom, which no tools can have in this world. So what is that we wanted to think about? AI is not replacing human, but humans who use AI will be replaced if you don't use AI. So everybody must get into the best tools available. There was a time when computers came, people thought that it is going to lose a lot of job for people, and then computers have to be. Including me, have done Ingulab Sindabad against computer once upon a time. So to grow with AI is what is essential for you. Otherwise, you will be out of the world today. We must first remain truly human. I must understand being human is human being social is social being, and I should not stick to the mission, I should stick to the people. And my job is to serve people. My job is anything focusing on my technical skill have to be in tandem with the human behavior. The high achievement of every professional growth becomes useless even in the AI age if you are not human if you are not humble, if you don't have wisdom, if you have not compassion, and all these human nature, with that human nature, your technical skill become very strong, and then you are able to serve larger number of people. So artificial intelligence is a transformation which happened not in the career, not in industry, but not in the skill demands, but I'm sure a thinking process where people were drifting away from the new world, where the strong technical abilities were stronger and stronger, but human identity and integrity was coming lower and lower. So I'm sure if you know the growth path of each individual is, when I take care of my integrity, my the strength as being a human person, and my dignity, if that can be considered very strong, the technical abilities which I gain with the advantage of AI will build a stronger world around me. I must have the AI literacy, the ability to build AI, the responsibility of making it happen, the common terms which like machine learning, neural network, NLP, LLM, whether I understand it or not, that doesn't matter. Understand the bias, the problems, the data privacy, all these are very, very essential, because I am only an application oriented man, not at the development age. I'm sure as application people, we are all gathered together to know how the growth. So I am not part of the development process. That's a different scenario where I'm a technical person, which I could do that and develop on that on a different platform, but not here, I'm saying. So the basic ability of programming and automation will happen, and will happen much faster. And I'm sure people like Python is common, Java is common, SQL is common, all that will happen. All the different versions like ChatGPT, Gemini, whatnot, Microsoft versions, and all the platforms will have its own. The data skill also will happen. The data driven life, how to read, how to clean, how to interpret data, whether I should use all the traditional Excel, Power BI, Tableau, Python, all that will be changing from day to day. To every development will make it to happen. Visualizing and analyzing and interpreting and judging and comparing for my application is my credit. So I must have that value system to add what for I am using it, what query I am doing it, why am I doing it. That is the essential part of it. The digital ethics, am I trying to copy somebody's knowledge and putting it, am I creating my own knowledge with my data? That is my credibility. Am I creating my poetry from my ideas, or am I copying from somewhere else and then saying that may modify it for my purpose? That's my credibility. The digital ethics, the cyber awareness professionally has to be dealt with a safe activity with a responsible individual. An individual becomes a citizen when he is concerned about the people around him. So that feeling of being in that domain is very, very essential. The usage, especially in the content creation and coding, is most essential in this life. Otherwise, we are going to have terrible time ahead. The aspect of looking at the integrity in the digital world is not new, not in the new era of AI, but it happened in the computer data set, my personal ID cards, personal details. It's being coming even in the aircraft when I travel, when the details are given with the digital activity which I do from the yatra, and everywhere, every Amazon purchase, my details are being given to them. So these were 20 years back concern with most of the people. With the AI, the whole data processing, mingling with the big data and then choosing what I want, deriving it to what I really require, has become a split of a time. So someone using AI might look at it in that collaborative mode, but AI, when human interaction with AI collaboration skill, we have this concern. So how do we live in this world of the Copilot, Gemini, ChatGPT, etc., where my presentations, my content creation, my writing, my customer service, designing, coding, how do you know it's not being looked at by somebody else and then copied and given to somebody else, and it says that this person has done it? It's very simple. When I write something continuously in a language, definitely when I ask something else, The system itself will ask me, do you need in this language? Because it understands you are native of that language you are using, that's your mother tongue or other tongue, whatever it is. So the features, the intimacy and the ability what we have, the teammate and my people, instead of my teammate, it has become my computer as my teammate now. So whatever my teammate and the coworker knows, now my computer knows. So there is a threat. The threat in you becomes a big problem. So how do you become adjusted to that situation and behavior patterns? And that's our question now. The behavior patterns, the power of professional growth can be maintained with a great mindset of growth in this context. The willing to learn, willing to unlearn, willing to relearn, open with the tools and then workflows and the roles, what I have got, understand it perfectly and understand the ambiguity, dignity, the problems, the rigidity, the flexibility, whatever you wanted to have. But the collaboration and communication, keep that very, very, very good in your hands. Either I could be in a remote mode working or in a hybrid mode or a enhanced activity, like what context in which I am talking. The audio, the video, when I am giving, immediately the audio comes and it's able to translate into different languages. So when I make a statement, I must be very careful. If I don't, what happens is, in the AI native people, when they use, understand it is not you communicating to the X to Y, but you are communicating to the whole world. Therefore, the interpersonal relationship, which were excellent once upon a time, can be in question. When you are in a, when you can see what happened in the case of the American president is able to tap everybody's information and say this person has written this against me and cancel his visa, throw him out of the university. The university itself has gone its identity because a credible university at large, no number of students enrolled, lost its credibility just because it's able to process the data as fast as they want. So the ideas, simplicity and the clarity with which you are working today has to be very carefully looked at. Otherwise your growth will stuck. Though you are technically good, as a good person you did so much, but everything can be questioned in a fraction of a time. When you just do something with somebody else, probably you are not the culprit, but somebody else is a culprit in which you have association with him. Identifying association with the people is not a big job today. So your words, what you are saying, your voices, your ideas are being replaced by the missions, and your friends are missions today. So your work has to be really purpose driven. Don't do any unnecessary things, otherwise you will be in problem. So the growth is fantastic, the abilities are fantastic, your education, your health, your environment, your business, everything can be scaled up to the largest to make a large impact. But as I said, every comfort has got a accident, every comfort has got a problem, every comfort has got a catch in its deep work. So avoid distraction, practice what you want in the deep work, have a digital discipline and be focused. That could be the way which I wanted to make it. Balance AI usage with the human relationship and interaction. Don't ever become a solitude person. You should have a individuality where you are a human being, be with the human, not the computer alone. Create a good bandwidth for you to work with computers, but much larger and bigger bandwidth to discuss items, your feelings, your comfort. Otherwise, you will have a lot of mental sickness. Don't outsource your thinking to a mission. Don't outsource your heart feelings to a mission. Probably the processing of the data which you have in your brain, which could not be processed faster, can be given to the AI. But don't surrender your brain to the AI. The growth with the AI, by mastering the tools, automating tasks, analyzing data, is fantastic. But grow beyond AI, emotionally, intellectually, ethically, and very specifically purpose driven. That could give you a bigger and higher growth than what anybody could plan in their life. So my probably one of my message which I wanted to end here with that message is, let AI boost your mind, let humanity guide your mission, and you be the boss of any tool that you work upon. I'm sure I can talk more and more, but I wanted to make it shorter because I love interaction time much more than my blah blah blah, right? Because it's you who have to ask what you want so that I can give what probably I think I can. So thank you so much. Thank you, Nisi, for this opportunity. I think I must open up it for discussions, and that's what I generally I like.